Hello everyone and welcome to my Royal Family Today update channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Queen Camilla gave King a no-nonsense pep talk as the horse threatened to wreck the happy day. Queen Camilla was present to encourage the king on his first trooping the color as monarch, even offering a stern-looking pep talk when necessary. Queen Camilla seemed to give the king a stern pep talk when one of the trooping the color horses became unruly. At one time, King Charles began to wrestle with his agitated steed, and his wife became aware of what was going on. Judy James, a body language specialist, has commented on Camilla's behavior toward Charles. While William and Edward sat bolt upright on their very calm horses, with right arms rigid at their sides, Charles frequently needed two hands on the reins and a series of pats that increased in intensity as his horse needed steering and correcting throughout the ride to the parade ground, the body language expert exclusively told the Mirror. The king seemed to be complaining to Camilla once he arrived beside the rostrum where she was standing, meaning that instead of offering a proud and supportive smile, her body language suggested she was giving a rather stern-looking pep talk that involved frowning and some firm-looking head baton nods. She continued, "Trooping the color might have been slightly mirrored by the rather frisky horse that Charles seemed to be struggling with, which meant he rarely achieved the same kind of formal mounted pose that his son and siblings achieved riding behind him to the parade ground." She stated. Kate took one glance at the conversation and turned her head away, clearly not wanting to get involved. Trooping the Color is an annual celebration that commemorates the monarch's formal birthday, with this year's event marking the first in 70 years. The royal family gathered for a morning of pomp and spectacle, with thousands of people lined the mall to mark the momentous his first Garter Day service as monarch, with Andrew absent. The Order of the Garter Day is an annual highlight in the royal calendar, with senior members of the firm preparing to don their finest robes for yet another day of pomp and splendor. The royal family is commemorating another significant occasion at this year's Order of the Garter ceremony, which comes only 2 days after King Charles' inaugural trooping of the color on Saturday, June 17. This year, 2 new members are installed as Lady Companion of the Most Noble Order of the Garter and Knight Companion of the Most Noble Order of the Garter. Baroness Ashton of Upholland GCMG and Lord Patten of Barnes CH. King Charles presided over the proceedings, accompanied by other prominent members of the royal family. The majority of senior royals, including King Charles and Prince William, are Garter members, with Queen Camilla having been installed last year by the late Queen Elizabeth. Kate, Princess of Wales, and Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh, have both been photographed arriving for the ceremony, albeit neither is a member of the order and will be observing from afar. The late Queen's other children, Princess Anne, Prince Andrew, and Prince Edward, are also members. However, Andrew has been barred from attending for the second time. The Duke of York reportedly intended to make an appearance this year, but sources have told Express.co.uk that his participation in the procession last year set a precedent, and he will continue to be denied a public role for the occasion. The king can now make appointments personally as sovereign of the Garter, with possible appointees being recognized for their dedication to public service. However, some royal members are made honorary members of the Garter, with William being designated a Royal Knight in 2008. The 2 most recent appointees are both former politicians, with Baroness Ashton serving as a former Labour government minister and European Union official in the Departments of Education and Justice between 1999 and 2007. In the 2015 New Year honours, she was made a Dane Grand Cross of the Order of St. Michael and St. George for services to international diplomacy. Lord Patten was a Conservative MP who served as the final governor of Hong Kong from 1992 to 1997. He had a long career in government. Between 2011 to 2014, he was chairman of the BBC Trust and chancellor of both Newcastle and Oxford universities. The Order of the Garter is the oldest and most senior order of chivalry in the United Kingdom, founded by King Edward II about 700 years ago. He was claimed to have been inspired by the legend of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table, and the order today has 24 spaces for Knights and Ladies Companion. In the throne room of Windsor Castle, Charles formally invested the new companions with the order's insignia before hosting lunch ahead of the ceremonial procession and liturgy in the castle grounds. The extreme temperatures at Windsor Castle were too much for one soldier who fainted while clad in full ceremonial uniform. The collapse occurred soon before the royal family arrived, as temperatures in Windsor reached 24 degrees Celsius. The fainting event occurred just a few days after another soldier collapsed on the Mall on Saturday during the King's inaugural Trooping the Colour. Other members of the military and a police officer were photographed sending a secret message by leaving a large gap on the palace balcony. The annual Trooping the Colour finale left some fans perplexed, since a noticeable gap in the family was left. The climactic moment when the royal family appears on the balcony of Buckingham Palace to greet the public and see a flyover by British military aircraft is the most anticipated aspect of the yearly Trooping the Colour ceremony. But this year's occasion left many royal fans perplexed as to why there was such a large gap when the family walked out. Viewers with keen eyes noticed some unexpected holes in the cluster of royalty members near the end of the service. There were a few awkward points between Prince William and King Charles that were left unresolved. The firm has been slimming down and ignoring several royals who would ordinarily appear alongside the monarch for the momentous occasion. However, a significant age difference between the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh and elder royals, such as the Duke of Kent and Duchess of Gloucester, raised eyebrows. Previously active members of the royal family appeared to stand in the gap. Among the noticeable absences were the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, who last appeared together at a royal function at Queen Elizabeth II's burial. Prince Harry made a brief appearance at his father, King Charles' coronation, but did not stay for any additional activities. Prince Andrew didn't either. The disgraced Duke did not appear on the balcony for Trooping the Colour yesterday, having been reportedly dropped by social media maneuver. King Charles reveals a hidden dedication to Prince Harry. To commemorate Father's Day, King Charles and Queen Camilla released a collection of images on social media, including one of Prince Harry. King Charles, 74, and Queen Camilla, 75, celebrated Father's Day with 3 photos on social media. One photograph featured Charles with his late father, Prince Philip, another with Camilla's late father, Bruce Shand, and a third with Charles and his 2 kids, William and Harry. The photo was captioned by King Charles, "To dads everywhere, we wish you a special Father's Day today." The photograph with William and Harry was shot on August 16, 1997, just over 2 weeks before Princess Diana's terrible death on August 31, 1997, in Paris. At the time, William and Harry were vacationing in Balmoral Castle with their father, the late Queen, and Prince Philip, while Diana was on vacation with her boyfriend, Dodi Fayed, who also died in the horrific automobile accident. The significance of Charles being a caring father for his 2 boys during a difficult time was not lost on royal enthusiasts. Royal admirers analyzed the snapshot and the fact that Charles included a time with his youngest son, despite the fact that he is no longer a functioning member of the royal family, on social media. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.